Hello, this is Joanne Hewins from lovetocreate.typepad.com. Today I have a video showing you how to make this card for a challenge for the North Carolina demo Facebook group Blog Hop. We were to use a punch. And so I have used two of the new punches that we have in the upcoming annual catalog. This one is called Flowers and Leaves, and I use that to make these flowers. And then this one is called the Elegant Tag Punch, and I use that for these backgrounds back here. So this is has a lot of little parts to it, but it's not a hard card to make. Let's get started. And here are my pieces. You can see that I went ahead and did some of the cutting and some of the assembly ahead of time because there's a lot of repetition. You don't need to see me doing all that over and over and over again. So I've also used some of our new in colors for this card. This one is the Evening Evergreen, and it's cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And I'll take my bone folder. You know, even though I've scored this, I kind of need to make sure that it's scored evenly. So I kind of make sure that my corners match, and then I can go ahead and hopefully everything is just as it should be. So I have some stamping around the outside just to add a little bit of interest. You wouldn't have to do that, but for that, I'll be using the Flowers of Friendship stamp set. Now, this stamp set and this punch will come together as a bundle if you choose. When you buy a bundle from Stampin' Up, you get a 10% savings. So keep that in mind. And we're going to be using this large stamp right here. And we're going to be stamping around the outside with our Evening Evergreen ink pad. So let me open that up. These are new, so they're a little bit stiff. Sometimes you have to open them and shut them a couple of times to get them going a little better. And I'm just going to stamp around the outside, so I don't really have to make sure that it's inked all the way down. I try to turn things a little bit as we go around. And I'm just going to do that until we've gotten all the way around. Now see, I've gotten some smudges here, but I think most of that will be covered. Let's hope. Let's put a little flower there. And then here. And that will take care of all of that. I'll set that stamp aside to clean a little later. Okay. And so we are ready now for our layers. Now this layer is the new polished pink, and I have cut it, let's see, at 3 3/8 it appears by 4 5/8. So it's a little bit, it's going to be a little bit bigger than the white for our background. And just to show you, you're going to need a lot of these little petals. They have the large and the small with the leaves. So I'm going to go ahead, instead of wasting all of this paper, I'm going to go ahead and go into the middle and punch out twice. I think I can get those flowers. I don't really need the leaves in the pink, but I can use the flowers. And I want them to leave enough at the edge so nothing's going to show. So it doesn't matter here that that's going to be messed up. I'm not using that. Okay, so I've got that all stamped out of the inside there. this is trash, so I'll just push it aside for right now. And then I have a piece of basic white. This is cut just a little bit smaller at 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And I have run this through the cut and embossing machine with the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. So I've already got that part done. And so I'll just add a little bit of glue to this. And I'm just going to add it to the outside. I've got all those holes on the inside there. And I'll add this here. And you'll see that no one will ever know that I had stamped or punched out pieces from back there. Okay, and so this is going to go here in the center of the card. So let me add that. Okay, so right in the center. And I think that will cover up the little smudges I had from stamping. Thank goodness. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do for the card is cut out the elegant tag punch cutouts, and you're going to need 4 of those. I've got 3 of them already completed. And so that is out of a new color, which is Soft Succulent, and I'll just punch one for you even though I don't really need it, so you can see what it'll be like, or what it looks like as you punch. So there you go. There's the punch. Now this one I'll probably use on another card. It does have a score line that I had put on with another project, but when I run it through again with the Tasteful Textile folder, that's going to be obscured. You're not going to see it, so I can use that on a later card. So I have already, as I said, done 3 of these, so we'll do the last one together. And here are my pieces. I actually have a few more than I actually need. So I'm going to take these and, excuse me. And the next thing I'm going to do is pull in my polished pink. I want to call it the other. That was an old color. And a sponge dauber. And I'm just going to sponge around the outside. This is going to allow each of those petals to show up a little bit better. Just makes it prettier. I know you wouldn't want to sit and watch me sponge all of those, so I decided to go ahead and have some of that done. Okay, so I have those sponged for the last flower that we're going to make. And the next thing I'm going to do is bring in my bone folder. I'm going to turn them upside down and just give that each of those petals a curl. And then we'll do this last one, and we'll assemble our flower. Okay, so I'm going to put just a dab of glue in the center of these 2 larger flowers. And I'm going to put one inside the other one. And I want my petals to be in between the petals of the one on the bottom. And then I'm going to set this one in there, and again I'm going to put those petals opposite of what the other one was. And because of all of the curling, that's not going to want to stay really good. So you're just going to need to hold it for a second. There you go, and there's your flower. Now for the leaves, I have those already punched out, but let me show you how I did do that. I've got just a little thin strip of the Evening Evergreen, and I'm going to stick it in from the side right there and punch those out like that. And that way I'm not wasting any paper. Okay, they do tend to jump, but it's okay. That's what punches do. So I'm just going to stop with that and push this trash out of the way. And we'll add our leaves. So what I'm going to do is bring in my glue dots, and I'm just going to lay those on the glue dot. Like that. And then I'm going to just place them on the flower, however I choose. And then we have the inside of the flower that we still need to do. For the inside of the flower, I've pulled out another bundle. Can think of the word, another bundle, and we're going to be using, this is the pansy dies. We're going to be using this little piece right here, and we'll cut those out of Daffodil Delight. And so I have 3 of them here. I like that it cuts 3 at a time, and I have them upside down, and I'm just going to add just a little bit of glue to the inside of each of those. And then this is the awkward part for me, is getting this down. Get my take your pick tool and move that around a little bit. And then we've got the last one here. Okay, so there you go. There's the flower, all done. And then to attach that, we're just going to put a blob of glue there in the center, and we'll put our flower there. And then again, you might need to hold that for a few seconds to let it set. And then we'll have all 4 of our pieces ready to go onto the card. Now, I put 2 going up and then 2 going down like that, and they are going to hang off of the end and the side just a little bit. So let me glue those on real quick. So it's going to go about like that. And then we'll judge all of the others by that one. So I want to get it so that these sides are the same and that it's hanging over about the same everywhere. So I think that's about it. I'm looking at the distance between. Okay. So this one will go point down. It'll hang off about the same amount, the top and the bottom, as this one did. And then we'll put the last one on. I had to slip that one under the leaf so the leaf would stick out. I don't want it under my panel there. Okay, so there is all of that. I've got a little extra inside, extra yellow hanging around there. So the next thing that we're going to do is work on the saying. And for the saying, I've just got one of these pieces that when you're cutting insides for cards, you end up having some of that left over. And I'm going to be using the Pansy Patch stamp set because I wanted a long saying that could be skinny. So this one, a little hello from me to you, worked perfectly. So I'm going to stamp that in the polished pink. And we'll try to get it straight. I might try that again. See if I like this another one better. I'm going to try to move my hello down a little bit. I might like that one a little better. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is just cut this so that it's about the same on each end. And then I'm going to notch, let's see how that's going to go. That's going to be a little bit long, so I'm going to cut a little bit more off. Okay, so that'll be about right. And I'm going to notch my ends. I'm just going to cut it up from the center, and then I'll go from the corner to my cut from each side. And then I'll do the same over here. Alrighty, and this is going to be added with dimensionals. So, okay, I've got some that I've cut apart here on the end, so I'm just going to add those. And you could use the mini dimensionals if you have them. I tend to just cut these in half. It seems easier than keeping up with two different sizes. And then you can always use the take your pick tool to help you get those ends off. Okay, so we're ready to place this. I'm going to put it in the center. Now, I really wish I didn't have that there, and you know it's on with the glue dot, so I'm going to take it and move it to down there. Oops. Okay, and then let's see what we can do. Can we slip that one underneath? Okay, so there's our saying, and that finishes the front of our card. Now for the inside of our card, we're going to stamp a saying also from the Pansy Patch that says love you much. And that's also going to be in the polished pink. Okay. And I'll stamp that right in there. And then we're going to add, let me leave this out. We're going to add a couple flowers on the inside of the card. So I'm going to stamp, this is from the, oops, there was some paper, Flowers of Friendship stamp set. It's the smaller one right here. And I'm going to stamp it kind of like an X. And then I'm going to move over and stamp it over here. And we'll see if I've got it where it will work. Okay, let's bring in this. And I'm actually going to cut, I don't have my, yeah, I do have my trimmer. So I'm just going to cut this so that it's more of a strip. And it doesn't really matter the measurement, but I just want to kind of have a strip so I don't waste as much of my paper. And I'm going to bring this one in. Now the good thing about this punch is that all of the sides are the same, so you don't have to try to move it around and see how to make it fit, which petal to make it fit. They're all the same. Oops. Okay, so I've got that. And then I am going to bring in, this is the dark polished pink blend. I'm going to open up the small bullet end, and I'm just going to color in the center. And then, let's see, I think I had a couple of leaves left. So we're just going to glue all of this inside the card. So I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue. I'm not going to get it all over because I want to slip under some of the leaves. Let's see if I can get that off. So I think I'll do it maybe like that. And then we'll just try to stick in a few leaves here and there. Maybe we'll put one more leaf since we have it. And again, this is the Evening Evergreen. And the polished pink. So there's the inside. So we will just add that to the inside of the card. And we'll be done. Okay. So you can see this card had a lot of little pieces, but punching usually goes a little bit faster, I think. I really like that we had some punches that came in with this catalog. So again, I used for our sayings and for the centers of the flowers, I used the Pansy Patch bundle with the saying, a little hello from me to you, and then love you much. And then the centers for my flowers were from this die. And then I also used the Flowers of Friendship bundle that goes with the Flowers and Leaves punch. And then I also used the Elegant Tag punch. So quite a few new products along with some of the new colors. I used the Evening Evergreen and the Polished Pink as some of our new colors. So I hope you enjoy this. Again, I'm Joanne Hewins from LoveToCreate.typepad.com. Should you need any supplies, most of these are not available until May 4th. And if you order, if you would please use this host code, if your order is under $150, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye-bye.